Welcome, everybody. Come on in, come on in. Listen, today is a hot topic because we're going to talk about intimacy. You know, women, have you ever wanted more from your mate? You know, more living, more excitement, more moments, and you can't quite figure out how you achieve that in your relationship? Well, it may not be the physical thing we need to fix. Yes.
Yes.
Intimacy goes deeper than that. So that's what we're going to talk about today. So let's get started.
Here we go.
Shaboom. You're supposed to say shaboom.
That's your other channel. That's not this channel.
Shaboom.
All right. So let's just dive right in. Some people, when they think about intimacy, the first thing that comes to their mind
is the physical,
aka sex. Okay. All right.
Let's talk about sex,
now,
baby.
That obviously is. I'm sorry for interrupting you.
My song.
Right.
Salt and pepper.
Obviously, that is an aspect of intimacy. That's a gift.
And it's an important aspect of intimacy.
Don't mean to underrate it.
Oh, no.
No.
And we will talk about that part maybe in part two.
Okay.
Part two.
Okay.
Because y'all, I'm going to France.
Make it do what it do. But today we're talking about intimacy in a sense of emotional connection.
Yes, we're talking about emotions taking me over. Yes.
And bonding and things of that nature and the benefits thereof.
Communication.
Yes.
Yeah. So let me get started with the first piece, right?
Okay.
We want to talk about emotional bonds, okay?
Right. Yes.
And so I want to ask you, what do you think are ways that we have deepened our emotional bond, and what could other couples out there do to deepen the emotional bond?
Well, I think one is focusing on the other person when they're sharing with you.
Okay.
Yeah, being like, it's an opportunity to be more connected to the real you. And so emotionally, that allows me to connect with you, the person.
So it's like active listening. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, active listening, fully engaged, like disconnecting from everything else. And the best way to do that is if it's a isolated space, if it's somewhere other than at home, if it's
put your guard down.
Yeah. If it's in a space where you don't have to pay attention to what's happening around you, the kid, yes.
Ooh, Jesus, the phone.
Yes, that damn cell phone should be off. Yeah, and with the exclusivity of knowing that you are giving your undivided attention.
And I like what you said about the active listening, because I will say for me, when we first, got together, when we would have these conversations, I was always thinking about what I wanted to say next.
Oh.
And it's twofold. Number one, you guys, we're the tortoise and the hare, y'all. I'm the hare. I'm like, pew. My husband is the tortoise, and he gonna win the race because he's slow and steady. But when we're having conversations, I'm like, come on, get to it. And I'm already thinking about my response.
Yeah. So then how does that affect your active listening, or how did it affect?
Right. Because somewhere in the conversation, you may switch, or you may acknowledge what I was already thinking.
Yeah.
You may say something that will make me shift what I'm going to say. And so I have, over the years, learned how to just if we're going to have a conversation, let's get in the space of really having a conversation where I have the active listening engaged versus the rebuttals. I'm ready for the rebuttal.
Yeah. It's those rebuttals that tend to occupy your mental space where you can't hear what the other person is saying.
Yeah. And it also derails the conversation, because now we start talking about something totally different. Because, usually rebuttals are to talk the actual matter at hand.
Right.
It's the superficial things.
Yeah. Well, I'll say this. I know that there is a difference between men and women.
Mhm.
There's a not a natural, but a difference of average as far as men and women and how much we verbalize compared to the other.
Yes.
Okay.
Hmm.
And it's not a bad thing or it's not a good thing. It just is. It's just what it is.
Hmm.
And understanding that I know you typically have a lot more to say than I do.
Hmm.
And I know that I typically what you see in the video, I don't talk this much on a normal basis.
No.
Unless we're like really engaged in a conversation.
Yeah.
I'm more, I would say, probably selective with my words.
Yes.
And therefore, the efficient part comes in, and I'm only saying what I really need to say or what I'm really
Yeah.
thinking. But but that's different. It's just a
Yeah.
difference.
Men and women are different. And I agree with you.
Absolutely.
And I don't know how many women out there have said to their husbands or spouses or significant others, "What are you thinking?" And they go,
Mm,
"Nothing."
nothing.
Or some one word answer, or, "I'm thinking about what you just said."
Right.
And you're like,
But you know what? The answer is that's what we're thinking about.
and we can't comprehend that because we probably process
15
a
things.
1,000 thoughts a minute compared to your one thought a minute. And it's hard to connect and comprehend that sometimes.
Or why don't you talk a little bit more? Why don't you say more? Why don't you share your thoughts a little bit more? It's like saying, no, I'm not gonna say that. It's like saying, no. Anyways, it's like asking a woman to be a man, and
Or asking a man to be a woman to talk more.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and it's not who you are, right?
No,
And you have to
no.
get to know your spouse.
Yes,
Yeah, and
that
who
honoring that person. Now there are some men that like to
love to
talk.
talk.
There
Hmm.
is, each individual person is who they are.
Yeah.
Period. And I think as far as intimacy is concerned,
Hmm.
is really acknowledging the person for who they are.
That's that safety, right?
Yeah,
Being
allowing them to,
safe.
yeah, allowing them to be in their natural space that they're naturally flow in, so you can get the authentic person to speak.
Yeah. And I do know, and I don't know if it's because women are mothers, right?
Hmm.
So when you're a mother, you're used to mothering.
Oh yeah.
And so sometimes it becomes something we try to do to or with our men.
Hmm.
And like, we're going to nurture you and bring you along.
Yeah, don't do that.
And and we mean it in the most
No, yeah,
sincere,
in a
the
loving
most
way.
sincere, loving way.
Absolutely.
And so even with conversations, we're trying to bring the conversation along. We're trying to bring it out of you. We're trying to get you where you need to be so we can have this deep, in-depth conversation,
Yes.
right?
Hmm.
And the reality is that's not what we truly want from a mate, right? If
Right.
you are a woman that desires to have a man who is a leader of their household, because that's
Mhm.
all we can speak to, because my husband is the leader of our household. If that is truly what you want and desire, you have to create a safe space for your mate to be able to just be open and be authentically who they are.
Yeah.
Yeah. And celebrate who they are.
Yeah. I like who you are.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want you to be me. Nah, that don't
True.
even feel right. I think you sexy and I like the way you look, but I don't want to look at you and want to kiss you either. So I'm good.
You talking to yourself?
I'm talking to myself.
All righty then. Yes, you
Yeah.
are sexy.
I'm glad that
Yeah.
you look the way you look. That's what I'm saying.
Woo. The other thing that I get excited about in our
Mhm.
conversations is when I have learned to listen, when you're talking about active listening,
Yeah.
when I have learned to listen and you say something profound,
Mhm.
I get to go, wow, you know what? I hadn't thought of that. you know, and I know that makes you feel good because it's like
Mhm.
you're contributing to this conversation. Um, yeah, not that I've learned we can't fix each other. If you
No.
think you can fix your mate, you are going to be
Mm-mm.
disappointed.
No.
So we can't fix each other, but what we can do is be a sounding board for each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so if you're my sounding board and you say something that I haven't thought of, that helps me process what my next steps should be. You're not
Mhm.
telling me what to do, but you just being my sounding board. So I love that you brought up the act of listening. I think that builds incredible intimacy
Yeah. It does.
because now you have someone you can trust.
Yes. Yeah. And that is, I think that's number 2, trust.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Boosting
Boosting.
trust. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. To trust you is like having an extension of myself.
Mm,
Yeah. To
mm.
fully trust you. Like I trust myself, right? And if you don't trust yourself, then that's a whole nother
Yeah, that's
process.
we're
You
gonna
you
have
need to
another
work on that.
conversation.
So,
Yes.
but to trust you in the deepest way, that is that's very comforting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's a when I was young, a child, when I was a child, and I thought about having a wife because I did when I was
Mhm.
a boy.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I was under the age of 10. And when I thought about having a wife, I thought about having someone that was the closest person to me,
Mm.
like the closest person
Right.
to me that
That
I
you
could I could just be like 100% connected with, just
right.
be
And just be
myself.
you.
Yeah,
Hmm.
just to really be myself and not have to filter anything.
Yeah.
And to have you as that person,
Hmm.
that's golden.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that is special. It is
yeah,
a special feeling.
yeah, it
But
is.
that trust, though, we have to admit, was built over time.
Oh, yes, it
Yeah.
was.
And some of
Yes.
the things that, and I want you to share too some things, but some of the things that I thought of that help cultivate that level of trust is respect.
Yes.
And when I say respect, I mean it at such a deeper level. To me, true respect is when you honor the person you're with when they're not around,
Mm, yeah.
right? That's true respect, honoring your mate to someone else or even in your thoughts.
Yeah. Mm,
If your thoughts are minimizing or putting your mate down,
mm,
then you're not respecting that person, right?
yeah.
So even in your journal, your thoughts, your conversation when
Hmm.
you're away, having a level of respect that is consistent.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. And so, what are some things that you think help build that trust?
Well, certainly what you just described. I hadn't even really thought about it in that way, but I mean, obviously, it's very true.
Hmm.
Um, that kind of respect that, doing the things or saying the things or feeling the things in spite of who's watching.
Yes. Hmm.
Yeah,
It's
that
because even what's in going on in your
in your
brain.
head,
Hmm.
because if it's not internally within you, it will show up on the outside.
Ooh. Yep. If
Yeah,
you are constantly thinking about their faults, their downfalls, then you are going to materialize that,
it will
and
show
it
up.
will show up.
Show up and show out.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you have to be the collector of your thoughts and be
Yeah.
intentional about how you think about the person you're with.
Yeah. Connection, that emotional connection, uh, when you sometimes you just out of the clear blue, you come and say, I love you, or something like that.
Hmm.
And it's not prompted by anything. And
Right.
saying I love you when we're getting off the phone or when we're parting ways
Right.
and,
Kiss goodbye.
kiss goodbye, I love
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
That's real. And that's one aspect. But the impromptu moments where there's no logistical merit for it,
Just is.
it just is. That's an authentic moment of knowing just how much we're connected.
Yeah, that's being vulnerable.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's moments I'll kiss you on your head. I love
Yeah.
his bald head. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love his bald head.
I appreciate that.
And I just come kiss him on the head, no reason, just
Yeah.
to have that connection. Because
Yeah.
I know your personal love language is touch.
Correct.
So I know if I touch you randomly at random moments, that makes you feel good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I agree. Yeah.
Mhm.
Understanding your mate and whatever their love language is and just randomly doing it.
Mhm.
Yeah. That builds vulnerable space between the two of you.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other thing I think that's important for boosting your trust is being reliable.
Mm.
Reliable. Now, we're all different, right?
Yes.
There's areas that my husband knows he can rely on me, right? When it comes to the mothering,
Mhm.
like being insightful, except he does not have to figure out how to be a
Nope.
mother because he knows I got this.
I don't want to be. Mm-mm.
And then also in our household, finances. He knows I've got the finances
Yes.
taken care of on lock.
Yeah.
And then for me, I know you're very reliable when I need you. Like I just need you if it's a sounding board or if it's
Mhm.
protection
Mhm.
or covering, you
Mhm.
know, because someone's been disrespectful to me.
Mhm.
I've had him make some phone calls to set some people straight, yo.
I ain't got a problem with that.
I mean, and some people I think he's set straight that I don't even know he's set straight.
Oh yeah, it's not always prompted by you telling me.
Yeah,
If I
I
catch
think
wind of it, I mean,
I think sometimes
you know,
because people come back to me and they're just like, choo-choo, and it's like, where did this come from?
it's that thing of doing things and being a certain way, even when you're not watching.
Right. Yes.
It's just that I am that authentically that way in regards to you,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
like just
Yeah.
internally.
And I can rely on that.
Yeah.
So when you are reliable, and it's important, you know, I know we say things out there in the public all the time. Yeah, I'm going to do this. I'll take care of that. And sometimes we do, and sometimes we don't.
Mhm.
But in our relationship, that is just so, so important that you are reliable.
Yeah.
That's accountability. And it also allows the other person
Mhm.
to trust you, trust your word, know that you're going to do what you say you're
Mm.
going to do.
Man.
So there are times where I had the whole family looking for my husband because he is reliable. If you call him, he'll call you back. You leave a message, he'll call you back. Now, other members of my family who I won't name, but they know who they are.
You know who you are.
You know who you are. You may call, leave a message to the text, and they may call you back the same day, maybe 3-4 days later.
Mhm.
But my husband is very reliable in that sense. And so one day I couldn't reach him. And then I called my daughter and she's like, I can't reach him either. And I said, oh, hell, something's going on. So we were just bombarding with emails, texts, phone messages, everything. And when you finally called and realized that your phone wasn't giving anything, right?
Yeah.
You know, he was like genuinely sorry because he knew how that must have felt.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
That I realized that you guys that wasn't a good feeling.
Yeah. And, you know, some mates would have responded like, well, chill out. Get, you know, it was only a couple of hours.
But I know that I'm consistent.
Yes.
And an inconsistency such as that can be very alarming and very discomforting.
Yeah.
And so I realized I don't have to be you to know how that may feel.
Right. And acknowledging that.
Yeah. Acknowledging
but
that.
Yeah. So that definitely boosts trust, right? Yeah. All right. So we're talking about strengthening our emotional bonds through active listening, conversation, making it safe space for us to be who we authentically are.
Right.
Boosting trust, and we boost trust through really being reliable, being vulnerable, just consistent showing up. And trust is built here.
Yes. Yeah.
What do you feel? Right. What do you feel about your relationship? If you're saying positive things about your relationship, empowering things about your mate to yourself first, It allows you to speak it out to others and to your mate. So that builds a form of trust. But then let's move into another third aspect, which is enhancing communication. Because
Okay.
if you want to be really intimate and you want the intimacy to be next level,
Mhm.
you have to have communication.
Say what you want.
And I will say, from my perspective, and then you can share your
Okay.
perspective,
All right, go ahead.
I always felt like physically the man should know what's needed to please me.
Mm-mm.
And when, like you should know. And honestly, when we first met, I was like, he got some moves. But then I also learned to enhance it even more.
Mhm.
I've got to articulate, right, and
Yeah,
communicate
yeah, because
what what I like, what feels good,
yeah,
and not even just in the bedroom, but before the bedroom.
absolutely.
Yeah. So I was talking about, it, let's do a date night, but it's a date night where we're engaged, no
Right,
telephones,
right,
we're
right. It's
really
just us.
connecting,
Yeah.
and then we can move to the bedroom because we've laid that foundation and that warm spot,
Yeah.
and we heated up the blanket. Y'all know what I mean.
Turn the fire up. Yeah, that thing of men should know what the woman wants. That is such a far-fetched notion.
Mhm.
Now, to have all the moves in the world, I can bring out all the moves, all the arsenal, and I'm just guessing, right?
Right.
Especially in the beginning. I know you now and over time, and sometimes it's a moving target, by the way.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
Because we're women, we change.
absolutely.
Hmm.
Mm,
Yep.
you
Some
know,
days, some things work, and then some days you're like, mm,
yeah. Anyways, that's what communication is for.
yes, yes,
So take the guesswork out. It's okay to say what you want.
yeah. I think that's where the trust, when you build a certain level of
Yes.
trust, then you feel safe to
Yeah.
speak out.
Yeah.
I, for the very first few years of our marriage, I don't think I felt empowered,
Mm,
to really be able to share what I like and what is, what feels good. It was just like, I was just so happy that it felt good at all. It's like,
oh my
so
goodness.
yeah, building that
Yeah.
trust gives women the voice, right, that they
Yeah.
need to talk about and communicate. And the same with the man, right?
Hmm.
So men have needs, physical needs.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and how do what's the best way to share how men can communicate effectively when it comes to intimacy?
I think one is to get past the social barrier.
Hmm.
Social barriers that, um, and social barriers, which is oftentimes sponsored by religious barriers, that, to say what you want, um, I don't know,
Hmm.
being candid, and there's a space for that, right? Um, being, deliberate with your words,
Hmm.
but being candid and really sharing what is appealing to you
Hmm.
or to me, the man. Um, and there is a social barrier that restricts that. So to actually just be open and honest and saying what that is, um, it requires a level of trust.
Hmm.
It requires a level of trust, and it requires a space of being open minded.
Yeah,
That's really
yeah.
the key piece, is being open minded and taking down the curtain of offensiveness.
Yes. I like what you said about social norms or
Yes.
whatever. So, as a female, right?
Hmm.
This was my story, ladies, in my head, and maybe other women have shared the same story. If you're getting ready to be intimate and things, you want to look sexy. So, you got to have this bra so it makes you look perky and you're not hanging and swinging all over the place. So we have this thing like we gotta have this cute bra on.
Okay.
So I'm coming in with my cute bra, and I'm like, don't take it off. Like you want to see me looking perky, right?
Put that on a hanger.
And he's like, I don't. I mean, it's cute,
Oh,
the intro.
It's nice. It's nice.
It's
Okay.
intro, but then let's remove it.
Open the package.
Yeah.
Can we take a peek inside?
And so, and you have said to me what feels good to you,
Right.
like touching me, holding me,
Right.
and whatever societal norms or things that I've heard,
Mhm.
could make me feel self-conscious about my curves,
Right.
or the other one is he'll want me to lay on his chest and I'll put my elbow there so my whole weight is not
What the hell? Where
on
you
him.
at?
Like I'm like this, like I'm barely leaning on him, because you don't want my whole weight on you. You won't be able to breathe. And
I'm not fragile.
he's like, no, I want you right here. Oops, sorry, y'all. Hit the mic. I want you right here.
Mm.
So yeah, sometimes you
Yeah,
have to
I
have
know.
those communication
Yes.
because we all have our stories from society or
Mhm.
whatever we've heard or seen on the news or the TV or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have to have good communication to kind of say what is attractive, what's sexy, what's,
And what's not?
yeah.
Because there's some things that might run through a person's head that they may think is appealing to the other person, and it actually is the opposite.
Right.
So it's okay to have conversations.
Yes.
Now, I can say this. All right, some people are embarrassed. Some people are shy. Some people are whatever title you want to give that. If you need to have that conversation in the dark, then that may be a starting point.
Right. But have the conversation.
Have the conversation, and it can be a very quiet, intimate conversation. But the conversation needs to be had.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. And it also gets rid of potential conflict.
Yes.
Yeah.
Man, my God, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, there could be something that you're thinking
Hmm.
or concerned about or some story you've created in your mind.
Well, it's all a story.
Right. And then you have a conversation and realize that it was, just a story.
Yeah.
That,
the story.
that it wasn't true.
That's all.
Yeah. So, and definitely being empathetic.
Yeah.
Yeah. If somebody says, hey, I don't like that, or it doesn't feel good, or it doesn't really move me, be empathetic to that, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And also, if it's not appealing or if it doesn't move the person that it doesn't move, it's okay to have a conversation and say why it doesn't.
Yeah.
It's okay to go deep and peel back the layers. You never know what you'll find when you start peeling back the layers.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, there could be some past trauma.
It could be.
There could be blocks.
Absolutely.
Right? And then that requires patience.
Yes, it does.
To talk through that. And just because you talk through it doesn't mean there'll be an instant shift.
No. No.
Oh, we figured it out. Okay.
Woo, now it's time. No.
Yeah, sometimes it takes time for that healing to take place.
Yeah.
And sometimes it takes taking a different route to get to the same goal.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So definitely, being open to that.
Mhm.
I also like to have communication that creates more joy.
Yeah.
And happiness.
Yeah.
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 And so how do couples do that, right? Because we don't always have to talk about the problem or what didn't work. So how do we?
You should, in fact, have more conversations about what is good.
True. Last night you put it on, baby.
What is good?
That was really whatever, yeah.
Get started with some stretching exercise. Yeah, no, you should be talking about what's good and what you liked about whatever.
Yeah.
To enhance that.
Yes. Yeah. So you be willing to share.
Yeah.
Yeah. And don't be closed off, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let
Mhm.
that person know they did good.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I don't mind hearing it, and I don't mind saying it either.
All right. And then I guess ultimately for communication, and this is not just in sex, the physical connection, but just in the relationship, right? The
Mhm.
point of communication is to have good teamwork, a good partnership.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so ultimately, you are a team.
Yes, you are. Yeah. Each person has their part. Each person plays their role, and sometimes those roles switch.
Hmm.
It just depends on the subject matter, and for whatever reason, but being a contribution to the team, both people contributing, that is where a wonderful relationship is built.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree.
yeah.
Yeah. So now let's talk about the number one killer before we go. Talk about the number one killer of intimacy in a relationship, which I think is the number one killer, and that is stress.
Oh boy.
Stress, stress, stress.
Yeah. Wow.
Ooh, yes.
Yeah. Stress. Well, you guys have probably heard me say it before, but stress will ruin anything.
Hmm.
It will
Your health,
take
your
out
mental
your health,
state.
your mental health, your physical health. It'll affect your finances. It'll affect your mood and how you interact with other people. It will affect your body sexually.
Hmm.
It will shut some shit down.
Yep.
So,
So, yeah,
yeah.
how do we manage stress in a really, and I don't even want to say manage stress.
Yeah, no, I think, well, one is shielding yourself, preventing the stress from
You
happening.
too.
I'm fiddling with the paper. I just shoved her notes under the pad here now. She can't see it. I'm just fiddling with stuff. But what I'm saying
We
is,
going in. We must be going in
yeah,
deep.
we going in. We don't need no notes. Here we go. We about to
He about to
do
break it down now, guys. Look out. Get your pen and paper because he about to bring it out. Okay,
no.
so what we got?
So one is being in tune with yourself.
Okay.
And this may sound like a repeat of certain things because it actually is.
Mm-hmm.
So um, being the responsible person of your mind, the
Mm-hmm.
gatekeeper of your mind,
Yes.
and deciding what comes in
And
and what
what
go
doesn't?
right. And then when you decide what comes in, you can actively decide what comes out.
Mm-hmm.
But being that gatekeeper, that's the beginning. That's
Mm-hmm.
the very, very tip of the spear of quote unquote managing stress. Not letting it come in, period, is the epitome of managing stress.
Mm-hmm.
And that is one, having a healthy mind,
Mm-hmm.
having a sound mind, and
Mm-hmm.
you can achieve that by meditating, by
Mm-hmm.
doing things that make you happy,
Mm-hmm.
that by rest, sleep,
Sleep,
sleep.
sleep.
Yes. Yes. You have to have that because
Yes.
the body can't function properly
Right.
without that.
Right.
Neither does the mind.
And vitamins.
Yes, vitamins,
Yeah.
taking care of yourself.
Protein.
Yeah, making
Yeah.
sure you're eating right. Protein is a big thing. A
It
lot of people
really
don't
is.
realize how much you need protein. You can do all the other stuff, but without protein, the other things can't function without
Hmm.
protein.
Yeah.
And that's a different subject. But really taking care of you,
Yes.
that will eliminate the onset of stress.
Hmm. Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree.
yeah,
I agree. Taking care of your being responsible. A
yeah.
lot of people want to blame others
Mm,
for the stress they're feeling. They want to
yep,
blame the job. They want to blame situations in the family, extended
yep.
family. They did this, they did that. But the reality is, you are solely responsible for controlling the stress that enters into your space.
Yes.
And so, if you take that on, then that is something you are choosing to
Hmm.
do. And so you have to be able to, like you said, process what comes in,
Mm-hmm.
spit out what you need to spit out, block stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes there are phone calls you just don't need to take right away.
Nope.
Even if it's family, if you know that person always calls with nonsense, let them leave a message
Mm.
and then get back to them when you are ready to get back to them.
Right.
So yes, you have to be the governor of how you react to situations around you.
Yeah.
You are the gatekeeper for yourself.
Yes.
Nobody else. So if you say, "Oh, I had a stressful day," then I'm asking you, what do you want to do to change that? How
Yeah.
can you yourself change that so that tomorrow doesn't have to be stressful?
Yeah. So today, we haven't had a conversation yet since I've been home, not an active conversation, but today was a very full day.
Mm-hmm.
And on my way home, I decided how I was going to feel when I got home.
Yeah.
Yeah, I decided that this live that we're doing right now was going to be a dialed in kind of live, and I was going to be feeling good, and I was going to be alert and active and in tune.
Mm-hmm.
In spite of how my day was. Not that my day was bad, it was just a very full day.
Yes.
It was a very full
Both
day.
of us had very full
Yes.
days. Yeah.
And my drive from the job site to home was a very short drive compared to usually. It was about 15 minutes. So I had 15 minutes to decompress,
Mm-hmm.
recollect, generate my thoughts for what was coming this evening and the things that I needed to do to get everything lined up. And it was being deliberate.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes we have those kind of days. It does happen.
Mm-hmm.
It should not happen frequently, but it does happen.
Mm-hmm.
And when it does happen, what do you do to get things in line is a big question mark.
Yeah. And there's some people that say, well, I have very stressful jobs. And I say, this is what I say
Go ahead.
to that. And then you share your thought.
Gotcha.
What I say to that is it's going to be as stressful as you create it to be.
Yes.
And so it's fun when you've mastered this. It's fun to be at work and sit back and watch
the chaos.
Them go, and you just sit there. And then when you're ready to offer your advice or you have already figured out a solution and you're ready to share it, you're just as calm as ice, cool as ice, just as cool as ice. Share what you need to share, and you really you don't take it home with you.
No.
Yeah.
No,
and so you really get to choose how you flow. And then people will go, oh my gosh, she's always so calm and she always has a solution. And that's the conversation they start having about you because you're not engaged in the chaos. You do not have to be in the chaos. You don't. Yeah. It's a choice. And if everybody chose that way, there wouldn't even be chaos. But unfortunately, some people thrive on it. And you know those people, you know who they are.
You know who they are. You know them.
You can put names on them.
Here they come. Here they come. That's when it's time. I got to go to the bathroom. I'll be back.
They don't feel right unless they created chaos.
Shoot me an email on that.
And then they want to be the hero, right? They created the chaos, and then they want to be the hero.
Yeah.
That they came in and
the hero of
fixed
their own chaos.
Came in and fixed it. Yeah.
But stress. So stress can really interfere or hinder intimacy.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And so clearing that out and decompressing and preventing that and choosing not to take on that's powerful.
Yeah. I like that when we have date nights, they start with that space where we're letting go of stuff.
You got to have that buffer.
Yeah.
That buffer of space between all the other stuff.
Yes. My mother duties, your fathering duties.
All of the other stuff.
Yeah, you got to disconnect. It is difficult, and I'll speak to the ladies that are mothers. It is difficult to switch in your head. I'm a mother, and now I'm going to be, your wife, right? And not in the back of my head be thinking about stuff that I need to do with the kids, for the kids, about the kids, and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
It sometimes requires a real mental shift, like turn that dang switch off,
Right.
because now you're a sexy wife. Yeah. And it's okay. And I'll just share this, ladies. I'm gonna just be real with you. Because physically, the act is over when the man has had his moment, his moment, right? Unless you can get it going again. But physically, the act is over. So it's okay for ladies to be a little bit selfish in the beginning of this process.
Yes.
Of saying, okay, I want to have my experience multiple times before you have yours, you know?
That should be the norm.
That should be the norm.
Yeah, it should be the
Yes,
norm.
multiple times, ladies.
Yes,
multiple
that
times.
should be
Work
the
on
norm.
that.
And
Work
if
on
you
that.
are the guy and ensuring that that is the norm, then your moment is free as you can want it to be without hesitation. I'll just say that.
And men maybe need to work on that. Okay.
You know, doing algebraic equations in your head, thinking about arbitrary stuff,
flowers in the garden,
you know, whatever it takes for you to be in charge.
Yes.
Of your own physicality. Let's say that.
Yes. But that is really that's a mental space.
Oh, sure it is.
Yeah, you have to be in that mental space.
And it takes practice.
It does. And practice makes perfect.
Yes, it does.
So we're going to keep practicing, y'all. We're practicing like you have a goals board, or, you know, you have dreams and aspirations.
Yeah.
You know, start creating. You know, I want to have 5 orgasms tonight. You know, make it happen. Make it a goal.
Do some stretching exercises beforehand.
Build your stamina.
Yes,
drink lots of water.
Yippers. Stay hydrated.
But yeah, if you can really set aside stress, then you open the door to what you said.
Absolutely.
All of those fun moments, those exciting moments, those multiple orgasms, all of that. Yeah. It's really creating, when you get rid of stress, you create a more nurturing environment.
Yes.
Yeah.
And any relationship that you choose to be a part of should be fun and exciting. And if it's not, then there's some questions you need to ask yourself. But, you know, and obviously there's improvement across the board for everything. But I think the baseline should be fun and exciting. Yeah. And if you can enhance that, then wonderful.
Yeah. And there are times, well, we'll do the flip side. There are times where maybe tragedy has struck, or some, you know, life happens. And I will say it's in those times that you need to be the nurturing person, right? You need to nurture the other person, or if it's both of you together, nurture each other.
Yep.
Protect the intimacy by being supportive during those times, understanding that this is not the right time to be, you know, kicking our heels up, right? But if you want to have that time in the near future, you've got to nurture the healing, that whatever happened that needs to take place. Yeah. You have to nurture that.
It is those moments that are easier moments, when there is a level of intimacy and connection between the two people.
Yeah.
That's when the benefit of being intimate with someone and having that level of trust and that connection and that upper level of love.
Yes.
That's when that part comes into play, to where you can be there for the other person.
Yeah.
And if it's a moment of just being quiet, it's a moment of being quiet. If you're talking it out, you're talking it out. If you're just hugging it out, you're just hugging it out. Whatever merits the moment, it is the intimate relationship that will foster the success of those kinds of moments.
Yeah.
Because life does happen.
Yeah. The other thing I think is important, and this goes back to communication and what you were saying, that there are times where you just want an intimate moment, and it may mean intimacy means skin to skin, right?
Yes.
But you are not desiring sex. And it's
No.
okay to communicate that with your mate. I want to be intimate, but I don't want sex right now because whatever I'm feeling is just not there. But I want to be close to you.
Correct. Yeah. And that is for whatever reason. There's different reasons why different people may be in that space. But it's honoring the space of whatever space that person happens to be in. And sometimes it is understanding that intimacy comes in many different ways.
Yes.
Many different ways, which is why we talked about other aspects of intimacy before we even talked about the sex part.
Right.
Because I think the other aspects supports the sex part. It does.
Yeah.
And knowing that if you came to me and say, I just wanted to be held, then that's what we're doing, you know.
Yep.
And you know, I'll save myself for next time.
Right.
But no, but you know what? Whatever is necessary in the moment.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's creating, again, we're starting back from the very beginning, is creating that safe space, right? Just building that bond, that emotional bond, that connection, the trust. We talked about building trust. And we got on the board, boost trust, emotional bonds, gone.
Yes.
Enhance communication.
Yeah. There you
These
go.
are all key things for building the intimacy that you desire and absolutely reduce your stress level.
And so you could be satisfied in your relationship.
Yes. And satisfied mentally and emotionally and physically are all important.
Yes, in different orders on different days.
Yes. Some days. And let me just say this. I'm just going to say this for women.
Yes.
All right. You can speak for men. Okay, ladies, if you allow the physical part of sex and intimacy, if you allow that to really occur at its full peak, man, you talk about reducing stress.
Yeah.
Yes, there's physically, there are hormones, oxytocin.
Absolutely.
There are things that are released in our body that will help reduce stress.
Yes.
And so having that, you know, as part of your relationship helps you reduce stress if you allow it.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. And it's the same for men too. It's not identical, but the concept is the same. It's the same, which is typically why a lot of men tend to fall asleep afterwards or soon afterwards, because of the release of all the chemicals in the body and the release of the stress at the same time. The physiological effects is night.
Right.
You know, and it varies from person to person.
Yep.
It also varies from day to day.
That's true.
Day to day.
Because some days it motivates and inspires you.
And I'm up for the rest of the night while she's sleeping. But you know, it just depends.
Yeah.
But the chemicals in the body, that's a very common thing. It's across the board.
Yeah, and you should celebrate that.
Absolutely.
And not, you know, enjoy it.
Yeah,
enjoy it.
Nothing wrong with saying I did that.
I heard that. All right. Well, this has been great.
Yeah.
Thank you everybody for joining us for this wonderful fun talk.
Yeah.
We hope that it has really sparked some conversation pieces for you to have with your significant other. We hope it sparks more than just conversation.
Well, you can keep that to yourself.
But do it. That's all. All you got to do was to do it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I guess dropping a comment, at your discretion.
Just put, I did that.
Okay.
We know all that, right? We know that meant.
No. So the purpose of this channel and this particular video is for couples to enhance their relationships
Yes, amen.
in all facets, whether it's intimacy, whether it's communication, whether it's
Mhm,
emotional bonds, even if it's financially,
mhm.
different aspects. The purpose of this channel is to inspire and uplift and enhance relationships.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also want to let you guys know that in this video and probably in a few of the other videos that are already posted, we have a freebie.
Oh,
So we
yes, we do.
definitely want you to download the freebie. And we should have said that at the beginning, but
Yeah, well,
we'll be sure to say that in our other
free things
videos.
come to those who wait.
Yes, download the freebie and go through the freebie with your spouse or your significant other.
Yeah.
There's question and answers, there's
Mhm.
exercises in there, and it will really help you enhance communication in your relationship. So please download our freebie.
And guys, it's not one that you go, oh damn.
No,
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 it's actually fun.
it's fun to
enlightening.
get through.
Yeah.
Yeah, man or woman, yeah, you'll enjoy it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks so much for hanging
All
out
right.
with us. We appreciate you being here.
Thank you so much. Love you guys.
All right.
right.
Bye for now.